What is happening, guys, and welcome back to G Light Travels. My name is Greg. I'm a part-time UK eBay Vinted Depop reseller, and in today's video I'm going to tell you, share with you a little bit about my experience on selling online and which platforms, which apps are the best to make money from reselling online. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. And one more thing I'd just like to add before we do get into the best selling apps online is the fact that, yeah, you know what, 88.5 of you are not subscribed to my channel yet still watch my videos. In my mind, that's a little bit cheeky, isn't it? So yeah, if you could give this video a big like, because that helps the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to it. That would be much appreciated. Thanks a lot. Okay, so let's move on to which platforms, which apps are the best to resell online. Where can you make the most amount of money as a reseller? So I've got to start with eBay, the beast that is eBay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any reseller can really have a successful business without using eBay. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Yeah, I mean, I've had an eBay account since 2004. I've always enjoyed buying and selling online. And yeah, I couldn't resell without it. I wouldn't make enough money to make it worthwhile. But let's look at some of the pros and cons on selling on eBay. So yeah, first of all, I mean, it's just such a huge marketplace, isn't it? You can literally sell not just to the UK, but you can sell to a global audience. That is, if you are signed up to GSP program, eBay's GSP program, which I believe is Global Shipping Program. Yeah, I mean, there's not many other apps that I think you can do that. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Depop you can ship worldwide, but I've never had a buyer outside of the UK. But we're not talking about Depop now, are we? So yeah, basically it's the biggest and best reselling platform out there. You can pretty much sell anything online. And yeah, consistently it's brought us the most revenue from selling online. I'll post a pic, yeah, just about somewhere here, show you what sales were last month. There are some negative aspects from selling on eBay, of course. I mean, I'm sure you hear a lot of people moaning about eBay. In my opinion, the pros outweigh the cons on selling on eBay. But the most annoying negative things about selling on eBay are, firstly, annoying returns. So eBay always sides with the buyer. So basically, if the buyer doesn't like your product for whatever reason, even if it's not faulty, it's exactly as the item was described, they can still open a return and send it back to you. I've now learnt that to deal with these, you just have to accept it. You have to get the buyer to send it back to you, or give them a return label and then refund them once you get the item returned. And quite often then you sell it again and it's absolutely fine. So I've kind of learned just to accept that and not fight it, because if you fight it, you could get what they call it, a defect, I think, on your account. If you get 3 defects, basically it's game over. Then also there's the late delivery rates. That has been bugging me quite a lot recently. Yeah, if your late delivery rate goes above 3%, you get moved down from being a top rated eBay seller to an above average rated eBay seller, which does affect your listings and your sales a bit. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a bit annoying because, yeah, we weren't delivering late as far as I could see. And then lastly, yeah, the fees have kind of been gradually creeping up and up. I think now they're around 12.8%, 12-13%, something like that. And you probably heard in other videos about how the the promoted listings, that's the one, promoted listings, yeah, you cannot now list at 1%, it has to be minimum 2%, whether you like it or not. So yeah, so there we have it, eBay. Now let's move on to the next one. Right, so the next platform I would like to talk about is Depop. So we've been selling on Depop for about over a year now, and it's been okay. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been terrible at the same time. It's quite easy to list on. You can list on your phone pretty much anywhere you go, as long as you've got the photos on your phone. You can sell quite cool, quirky retro items, particularly kind of shoes and clothing. They generally sell quite well on Depop. But yeah, the sales are pretty slow. I mean, on average we're getting maybe 1 or 2 sales per month, and you've got to remember we are a part-time reselling couple, so yeah, we don't sell full-time. So yeah, 1 or 2 sales per month, not great. And yeah, another annoying feature is the fact that people can make offers and then they never pay, which I find kind of strange. Yes, we've had several buyers, quite a few buyers, make offers on items that were listed on our Depop shop, and then not pay. So that's a minor annoyance. Anyway, go and check our Depop shop in the link in the description, in the link below, and yeah, see for yourself what we're selling there. That's it for Depop. So the third platform app that I want to tell you guys about for reselling online is Vinted. Now, Vinted was brought to my attention by a certain Mr. George Ross. I opened our Vinted shop a couple of months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and you know what? It's been pretty good so far. I have been pleasantly surprised after our rather kind of slow experience with Depop. So with regards the advantages, yeah, you can list items on Vinted super quickly. I really like it. It's so easy to list items on, quicker than Depop in fact. We've been getting quite consistent sales on Vinted as well, which I was quite surprised about. I'll put a little picture at the end of this little cut just to show you, yeah, what sales we made last month from Vinted alone. Seller pays postage, another bonus, and there are no fees. I mean, that is fantastic. The fees on Depop are a little bit high. I think they're around 10%, not quite as high as eBay, but yeah, Vinted has no fees, seller pays for postage, win-win. Yeah, the only negative things I can think about Vinted are when you print the postage label, which the seller has bought, it's really big unless you convert it to a JPEG or PNG image, and then you can resize it. It's really big. It takes up the whole size of the A4 paper, which uses up a little bit more ink, and yeah, I just don't like it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just settings of my printer, I don't know. So that's a very minor thing, and it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit complicated after you sold an item to know when the buyer has received their item, when you're going to get paid, and it takes a little bit longer, I think, compared to eBay to receive your money. But once you get used to it, it's really good, so I'd highly recommend Vinted. And once again, I'll put a link to our Vinted shop in the description. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you learned a little bit from it, and yeah, by sharing our experience we can help other resellers. That's basically the aim of this channel. Yeah, let us know in the comments below which platforms you sell on, other than eBay, I would imagine. And yeah, please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Remember, 88.5% of you have not subscribed to my channel. That makes me very sad, and you don't want me to be sad, do you? Okay, so that's it for now. Have a great day. Bye for now.